By drawing upon evidence from the last ice age, researchers have made predictions regarding the potential impact of rising sea levels on coastal habitats. An investigation conducted by a group of scientists hailing from over a dozen institutions, including Rutgers, has concluded that if the mean temperature of the planet surpasses a certain threshold, the swift rise in sea levels and subsequent erosion of coastal environs that took place at the conclusion of the most recent glacial period could reoccur. The findings of a study, which was published in Nature, highlighted how the coastal habitats of ancient times adapted to the end of the last glacial period, which occurred over 10,000 years ago. Additionally, the study also projected how these habitats are expected to change as a result of the predicted rise in sea levels throughout this century. The researchers conducted their analysis by studying the ocean sediments present in ancient shorelines from a period when the oceans experienced a rapid increase in levels due to the melting of ice sheets located in the northern hemisphere. The analysis of these sediments allowed them to make inferences about how the habitats of the ancient coastlines changed, and in turn enabled them to make improved predictions about the current state of these habitats. Robert Kopp, an author of the research and a distinguished professor in the Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences in the Rutgers School of Arts and Sciences, stated that every ton of carbon dioxide that humankind emits contributes to the global increase in temperature, which in turn accelerates the rate of sea level rise. This rise in sea level poses a significant threat to tidal marshes, coral reefs, and mangroves worldwide. Our analysis indicates that most tidal marshes will be able to withstand a sea level rise of 1.5 degrees Celsius, TACUS 7 degrees Fahrenheit. However, under 2 degrees Celsius, 6 degrees Fahrenheit of warming, 2/3 of tidal marshes are unlikely to keep pace with the sea level rise. According to Kopp, who is the director of the Megalopolitan Coastal Transformation Hub and co-director of the University Office of Climate Action, the temperature ranges discussed in the research hold particular significance as they directly correspond to the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement is an international treaty on climate change that was adopted in 2015. Its purpose is to significantly decrease carbon emissions on a global scale with the aim of preventing the global temperature from rising more than 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The treaty also strives to limit the temperature increase even further to 1.5 degrees Celsius. According to the study, the increase in global temperatures is expected to cause a rise in sea levels. This, in turn, will result in significant alterations to coastal ecosystems such as tidal marshes, mangrove forests, coral islands, and coral reefs, leading to instability and profound changes. Tidal marshes, which are regions of low elevation that are periodically flooded and drained by saltwater tides, serve as a crucial safeguard for coastlines all over the world. Not only do they absorb carbon dioxide and sequester pollutants, but they also provide protection against flooding and storm surges for nearby communities. The Atlantic coasts of North America are particularly abundant in these marshes, with New Jersey's coastline boasting particularly large swathes of tidal marshes. Judith Weiss, a renowned tidal marsh expert and Professor Emerita of Biological Sciences at Rutgers Newark, commented on a recent study that provides compelling geological evidence. The study suggests that in the absence of mitigation, and based on current projections, tidal marshes will not be able to adapt. In fact, for many tidal marshes in New Jersey, the present reality is that sea levels are increasing at a faster rate than the marshes can elevate. This highlights the urgency of reducing climate change as quickly as possible. As sea levels continue to rise, tidal marshes and mangrove forests have developed their own adaptive mechanisms. They accumulate sediment over time and gradually shift their location towards the inland. Neil Santillan, a professor at Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia, and the lead author of the paper, stated that mangroves and tidal marshes serve as a protective barrier against the ocean, absorbing the force of waves and preventing erosion. They are also essential for the preservation of biodiversity among coastal plants and fisheries. However, when the plants become saturated with water due to increased sea levels, they begin to struggle. According to the study, under the most unfavorable of circumstances, the coastal habitats will inevitably diminish in size and in some instances vanish completely due to the effects of rising sea levels. This phenomenon has occurred in the distant past and is expected to repeat itself. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.